Thank you so much for joining us, and most sincere apologies for that little breaking transmission earlier, and the hiccup will be happening because of small audio issue. I do hope that our audio is back again and that you can hear us. I do hope you can hear us. Let me cross-check to be sure that we're audible and can be heard. And welcome, Barrister Sim. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you
Apologies for the wahala, beg, that the kind is a technical
it's one of those
matter they
things.
cost. Okay,
It reminds me of the INEC glitches.
The glitch, I will never still know the reason for the glitch till now, right? Okay, so very quickly, I would like us to look at some things and where they happen inside the country before we go straight, because I don't talk, say they're very important when Nigerians begin to look at the right to know their constitution. Maybe we even know within their way right, because the right to we get as citizens now inside our constitution.
Yes.
So without studying the constitution, will not go fit know exactly within our right be. And that's why if perhaps the police arrest a foreigner, it's a US citizen, you go tell you say, I have the right to call my lawyer. I can't talk to you until I talk to you, until I get my lawyer. Until my lawyer is here. And they go pay obey because they know saying no you're right. But as a Nigerian citizen, police will slap you, knock your head, pounce you, and all that. Because they feel say we know Sabi are right. So they do these things to us. And I'm waiting to make us come. But before then, make I just take a few headlines. As a CJ and Kekere could on lament rising level of unethical conduct among Nigerian lawyers. I call this only Nigerian lawyers don't get unethical conduct. How about judges and justices and magistrates? And then they don't get unethical conduct. Oh, look at that when the time comes. Emergency rule, Fubara erroneously implicated in security issues. That means that by mistake, now they use implicated in security issues. Oh, really? And then Recal, INEC don't notify Natasha, tell and say, Madam, we don't receive all the letter where we suppose use, recall you, bring you back home, or everything don't read you. I'll let you in on that because there's this exclusive that has it that Akpabio's former aide, who is now an INEC commissioner, has been mandated to see through to Natasha's recall. And almost every day they cite up for inside INEC headquarters for Abuja since this recall process starts. And if that is the case, then well, you know how we appoint our cronies as in top positions. So we'll look at that issue and others too. I dare say, I'm not gonna let me visit to happen for River State for now. But when the time reaches, to go look at them. Barrister Sim Adams, like constitutional lawyer, and he's here with us to give us a perspective to the conversation. So Barrister Sim, before we go straight to waiting our rights, then I would like play you a footage of waiting happened when Shawari tried to go visit somebody with police arrests, and when he go visit the person, make you know waiting happen for inside prison. As in talk, say, in no get rights to use enter inside cell or to even see for the person to even come out until he bring the the IPO. Say the IPO must come out. It must come with the IPO before he see the person. And we really need to know these things, they're constitutional, because I remember that they were almost in a close altercation when she already tell them, say, no, not be the right thing by the law be that. So we go really like no waiting there are rights in situations like this. Make a play that footage because anybody will be victim of the circumstance.
We were directed from the office of the TYC to the SO to come and see you, to let us see him. We are asking for IPO again. Is it yet? Okay, so what do we do? Where is the IPO? Don't you know the IPO of the people you detain here? There should be a list of the IPOs.
How will I know the IPO?
You should have it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I'm
not commanding you. I'm asking you to do your job.
Go to the office. They are handling the case. We are not allowed crowd here, please.
No. You can't tell us go and go to the office. We are entitled to see him. We are entitled to see him. Yes. How far now? Okay, that's him now.
IPO come with you.
We are not supposed to be accompanied by the IPO to see a detainee. What is all this? We are not supposed to be accompanied by the IPO to see a detainee. You know that.
Yes.
He's a detainee. He's entitled to visitation. Yes.
You can see your detainee.
Yes.
The IPO.
No,
sir.
That's not the case.
No, sir.
The only person that can direct us is the office of the SO, your station officer.
No, sir.
And he has come. He has asked us to come and see him. What is all this?
Yes. You are suspect.
No, it's not true.
Okay, sir. Force me.
I'm not going to force you, but what you are doing is irresponsible. Just let us see somebody. You are asking us to bring IPO. What is the meaning of bringing IPO? So just to visit somebody who is entitled to visitation. And we have seen the 2IC to the ASO. Is it not the station manager that is in charge?
They have spoken.
Bring IPO. What is the meaning of go and bring IPO? What's the job of a... That's him now. I want to see Timothy Gabriel. That's who we are going to. We have seen your 2IC, the 2IC to your SO. There's no need for any IPO to come and see. No need for all those things now, right? He's entitled to visitation, even if he's just a regular person.
And this is the idea of IPO. It's just one, the IPO they're talking about is
No worries.
You go the IPO, come and tell you, come back here, don't worry. Go and
No, they are doing it just to prevent somebody from seeing him now.
you know the antics.
How are you? Yes.
I'm supposed to play a phone from the gate.
Take my phone from the gate. Why?
You're not supposed to come in with your phone.
Why?
It's not allowed.
No. Why wouldn't I be able to come to my phone? Don't you guys use phones here yourself?
See the footage and we don't see as it take up on Barrister Sim Adams. So in this situation, what was the right thing to be done? Was the police correct or National Radio right by standing on the fact say person way down that detention get right to visitation? And the person way down that detention don't become person will be say the float we no supposed get right to visitation. What's be the right thing we're supposed to do in this situation?
I think the right thing is what Showore did. I have done similar thing, even though it was not viral. I got information that somebody was arrested, a client, at about 6 p.m. for just a mere offense of assault. They came. Assault, yes.
So they arrested for assault.
They arrested for assaulting. So someone went to lay a complaint.
Wow.
They now went to arrest went to the house, mobilized, arrested, brought the guy to the station, and I was looking at him. I said, I wanted to see him. They said, the IPO has left.
So what's the meaning of this IPO?
The IPO investigating police officer.
So what's
that he has left? So I now asked myself the question. I said, he has left for where? Is he not the one that went to arrest this man just about 20 minutes ago? They said, yes, he just went, he has closed for the day. I said, no, that is kidnapping. In my opinion, that is kidnapping. Because if you kidnap, then you now begin to negotiate with the people on phone, how much to pay, detain them, torture them. Then the people will now begin to face that trauma, and the family now begin to run around.
Yeah, but that is what happens with the Nigerian police daily. Now, what do people say daily with Nigerian police?
That is it. I am very happy that this has come up and it's come viral, and that a personality is picking up. But for those of us who do our jobs, who are in the public interest law and lawyering in Nigeria here, we don't get such clout, we don't get such relations, we don't even get such viral posts, but we do it without cameras following us. But on a daily basis, we do that. Now, I give you an instance that I did, and I queried why that would be. The DPO explained to me that procedurally, that is what the police organogram or their institutions have said.
But is it true?
That is what they do. That is what they do. But even my reply was to him was that even if, of course, every organization, has its rules and whatever.
Yes.
But I cited a case where I said, Ibikunle Adegboyega Ibikunle against the state. It's a Supreme Court judgment. And it was Adegboyega was a police officer, not a Nigerian army. In a summary, what Justice Onoegen.
Okay, then Justice Onoegen,
as he then was,
yes,
Supreme Court judge, told Ibikunle Adegboyega and the Nigerian police, he said, let me draw your ears that for every security agency in Nigeria, you have two laws to obey. One is your military law or your police act or whatever the case may be.
Yes, like the acts now where they don't amend.
Yes, that's right.
Even though say by rights, by the Nigerian Constitution, you're supposed to retire.
Now that this two laws you have. That once the two clash, that the supremacy of the Constitution must be upheld.
Because of the ground norm.
Because the front et origo is the ground norm. So you don't go. So now I told the DP, I said, sir, if you have your little phone there, your iPhone, let Google Ibikule Adegboyega against the states.
The DPO didn't look you.
He was looking at me. I was trying to lecture him. As you go back and go and read it, you see that it happened in Asaba. And I just gave what we call the ratio dissident, the ratio behind it, which that one that said two laws, military law, which is a martial law, and the Constitution. But when the two clash, my brother, the Constitution will hold supreme. And what does that mean? Is that in the case of Showore, what Showore is trying to say was saying, and which we have been echoing, it's not new to me, so I'm not even surprised. This is what we pass through on a daily basis.
So this is what Nigerians
This is
go
what,
through
without
every
even
day.
lawyers, we go through this every day. But we have done our best. We don't have cameras behind us, but we have God and our conscience behind us. Because they say, if you want the nation to change, start changing it from your corner first. So that is why we do this on a daily basis. And now let me tell you why the supremacy of the Constitution should be upheld, and why the procedural, tactics of the police can never override the Constitution. So if you're a police officer, you say, you detain somebody to say IPO, etc., as the case may be, he has the right to go, but there must be an officer that is there that will take over from the person that left. The IPO is not the only officer that is investigating that particular whatever procedurally. The DPO should be aware. DCO should be aware. Station officer should be aware that a man was brought to the station, taking account of those that they have arrested and brought before them. So these people know that there's a precedent. So if the IPO is leaving the station, what is the IPO supposed to do? You leave a note. If anybody calls, please SO attend to you, or DCO attend to the person. That is number one. Number two is that under our Constitution, which is section 36 of 5, says there's presumption of innocence.
Until proven
guilty. So it's not even your session. So when you keep a man behind bars, it's like you are kidnapping the person for ransom.
This particular person now, which already tried to help,
Yes.
they don't arrest them for 50 days in the day behind bars.
It's wrong.
50 days.
Good.
And Constitution states how many hours?
The
48
Constitution,
hours, I mean 24 hours.
the Constitution states, 24 hours. Where there is a court, like in Lagos, and in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin. If you arrest anybody there, you don't have any reason to keep him beyond 24 hours. Where a court, they very quick. See, colonial masters were very smart. If you go to OGRAs in all the villages in Nigeria today, where you find court, you see police station. Where you see police station, you must find court, you must find prison around those areas. The reason is because once you arrest, you take him to court the next day or the next 1 hour. That's how it should be. So they cited those institutions close to each other, not for fun. It's not for fun. They did that when if you go to any Asian divisional headquarters, like where I come from, where I come from. If you go to that place, you find the police station here.
The court is not far.
The court is not far.
Even if it's a
At the
magistrate
back, the prison is not far. Do you understand the point? They did it because you don't have any excuse to take the person and go and keep him there. People are not animals. That is the number one. So anybody that's arrested has the right to do what? To talk to his brothers and sisters, since that is the way we want to do it. But arrest has now become a punishment for Nigeria and a source to demand ransom. Police demand ransom from Nigerians.
but it's wrong.
It's wrong. I'm just putting it very straight. Most of the
not be billed around.
it's not it's kidnapping ransom that we are paying to them. Why am I saying this? Is because the fact, for those who are listening to me today, know that if you have any relation that is in the police detention, once you go there, they may grant you audience or they drive you away, they scare you away. But if they allow you to not say, okay, we are ready to grant bail, go and bring 200,000. That is ransom payment. That is ransom payment. And I have found out from my study that you find out that at the end of the day, the man does not have the 50,000 to pay. The family does not have the money to pay. What happens? They keep him there and say, go and look for the money. The relations will run up and down to go and get the money to come and pay police. That is kidnapping and demanding ransom. If you say bail is free, then which money are you collecting?
So how then this thing would happen for a law, a country where get law like this, and repeatedly, and we need to do anything about them? And it has become a norm because it don't they like normal thing. In fact, it could be very shocking to you if they arrest somebody tomorrow, maybe they don't ask for ransom. It could be very shocking. So how come this is happening repeatedly and we need to do anything about it? Why are Nigerians helpless?
My sister, why we are helpless is this: we are not practicing democracy. I've said it before that we are practicing plutocracy. Plutocracy is government. Plutocracy is even higher in the terms of case and cadre to aristocracy. You know, when you say aristocracy, it's people. But plutocracy is government of the rich and powerful, run by the rich and powerful against, the proletariats. That is for those of us who are below them. That is the reason why you find out that I am driving my Mercedes-Benz along the road. A man with a bullion van, or maybe one commissioner is passing with a 504. They bully me out of the way. If I don't go out, they flog me. They can even deflate my tires and even break my windshield.
Oh, a House of Assembly member did that too.
So that tells you, and nobody, people will begin to hail that. So it's a rich man that is doing those things. So that is the reason why you find out that it's like that. Let me tell you why I say it is plutocrats that rule Nigeria. If you dare arrest a member of the House of Assembly, Lagos State today, or this evening, within the next 22 minutes or 25 seconds, the DPO will receive calls from all over Nigeria for his release. The man is honorable. You know, an honorable man be that. Or maybe the man has so much money. You see, the senior advocate will pick phone and call and say, that man you are holding, release him now. Otherwise, we'll have problem tomorrow. Because he's a rich man. But the poor man, nobody hears about it.
Could that be the reason why this, I don't know whether you hear about the altercation what happened between Obieze Ekwesili and this young senator, I don't know whether you hear with
I saw it on...
In the vex, say Obieze Ekwesili tell and say make you shut up. When he say, him they talk, even though they didn't ask him to talk, but he was talking while they were trying to clear their grounds. And she said, shut up. Or she said, please shut up, make you listen. And he vex. In fact, this is him defending himself. Say, in the defend himself, say, in the by Keda for inside the society. Even though she's being a senior, she don't be minister before them born now, be before income enter government, that he's much more as senior in every strata because he's a principal officer of the
you were already provoked before she acknowledged she told you to shut up.
I was not provoked. Provoked by who?
So what happened?
Well, the facts speak for itself. You watch the video and you can see what led to the altercation, and which of course at the end of the day led to the vulgar abuse from both of us. Because respect is earned, it's not commanded. If you respect me, I respect you. You yab me, I yab you.
You don't think a person of Obieze Ekwesili has earned her respect?
I'm a senator of the Federal Republic. By social stratification, I'm higher than her in this country. Really? She's supposed to respect me. She was a minister. A senator is bigger than a minister.
And a global figure too.
I'm a global figure too.
With the World Bank.
I'm a global figure too. I've been a chairman of World Bank program in Nigeria.
Honestly,
but let me come before we go into that.
I'm expecting that you would look at that, what happened in that panel, and have maybe some kind of do you regret that situation?
How can I regret?
Do you regret that situation? Are you saying that you meant the statement when you said Obieze Ekwesili is an insult to womanhood and a hooligan and use all kinds of adjectives?
But do you hear what she said first? Can you tell me what she said, which is you recorded before now? Can you repeat what she said?
Looking back at that.
Yes. Can you repeat exactly what she said? No, I'm asking you. You interviewed her first, and she admitted here before the whole world that she asked me to shut up. And you heard her also saying that I'm a disgrace to the Senate. What is your reaction to that?
Was that the best way as a senator?
No, I'm asking you.
Was that the best way to handle that situation in that moment?
No, you have to answer my question first.
No, I'm here to ask.
Is it good, that statement, is it good from her, former Minister of the Federal Republic, addressing a sitting senator, a principal officer of the Senate, inside the Senate building, that I should shut up my mouth, that I'm a disgrace to the Senate? I want you to react to that first before I answer you.
All right, Senator, because of one...
No, you have to react to that.
Don't hear so you don't hear him. So when you talk now because of this kind of thing, because what basically happened was that according to him, don't already explain them. Say as they say they no go swear an oath to speak because they feel that a Maswen, your brother, will be the chairman of Ethics and Privileges Committee, saying he already did bias because evidence shows saying he already tilted towards the person where they be accused. So because of that, they say make him recuse himself from the case. Because in the tell they said they must swear on oath, you know, they talk. Now she and the lawyer said they're not going to swear on an oath. So while he was trying to address the situation, he now as a witness, gone the talk, say they're not ready to do, let's do our own and all that. So I mean, I said, just hold on first, shut up first, no could hear waiting principal officer they talk. Now in vex, tell us say, you are an idiot. Then she now said, you're a disgrace to the Senate. Then say, you're a disgrace to the woman. And all that. So, yeah. So do you think that it is an issue? Because see the way he addressed it, said because he's a senator of the Federal Republic. And he himself don't become chairman of one bank program before. So what has, so you think that this is the kind of attitude that makes our politicians feel larger than life? This the kind of thing we explain now.
You know,
this kind of pegs when they get.
You know, in Nigeria, that is why I have said that if you look at the word senator, if you look at people like Caesar, who Brutus, you know, later dead and all those things.
Yes.
They were senators.
Yes.
Respectable people in the society. When you become a senator, you are an elder and somebody that is well respected in the society. That's why you find out that if you go to America, if you look at the American Congress, you find 78-year-old senator.
Yes.
80-something-year-old.
Yes,
senator.
they've been there for a long time.
It's very difficult for you to see a senator is 30-something or 40-something. You understand? Because when you become the senator, for you to be called a senator, you are a man that is civil, a man that is courteous, a man that imbibe and respects, you know, humanity.
All our senators, when you say Nigeria, they respect humanity.
No, these are John Bosco kind of senators we have. We do respect. I'm sorry, I have to be very, you know, very plain. They can attack me, they like it, but the kind of Senate and National Assembly is what I call boju kind of you know, Senate or National Assembly. You know, a House of Assembly of commotion, a House of Assembly of debauchery. You understand? If not hedonism or hedonistic.
You mean?
Now, if you look at the hedonism style of living, you find that, you know, their god or goddess was a god of pleasure, enjoyment. That is why you see in the National Assembly, the Senate, many of them dress in a way unseriously because they are not able to go there to go and do serious business.
Are you serious?
They just go there, argue and banter, then go back. At times, crises come, envelopes are exchanged.
The chef has recently.
That's what I'm saying. Prayers go there. So it's a hedonistic, you know, parliament. And a parliament of people who are not, you know, as respected. There are those of them who are worthy to be called senators, but not all of them. Majority of them are not supposed to be called. Narrowing it down to this particular, you know, whatever as case may be, even if Okonjo was Ezekwesili had, you know, infracted and maybe used some words that were unsavory, uncharitable, as case may be, two wrongs do not make it right. That's what we normally know in Nigeria here. We were thinking that the conduct of the senator, being a senator in the hallowed chambers, you know, should have come into play. There's a way you can politely insult somebody, not joining issues with that person. Like we normally have, they say, you know, good manners breeds good insults. When you say shut up, there's a way you respond, you know, in a polite way, but you have insulted the person. It's only when the lady now gets back home, say, that guy insult me with that word. But when he used that polite word, the good manner, he responded to you. Even you yourself, you will not be ashamed of yourself. Assuming if Ezekwesili had told him to shut up, and the young man kept quiet, and I said, madam, but that's not very, very, very charitable. I respect you a lot. You know,
she for shame, sir.
Yeah,
she would have felt embarrassed.
Yes, say I looked up to you as a mentor. I was thinking you would come here to even mentor me. When you came in here, I looked, well, no problem. I accept it. You see that there'll be sympathy. You understand? People will flock.
People may even think that will be bullied.
They'll be bullied him and all those things. So these are the things. So I think that is for that. The senator did not do well. I am not saying that it was right for BSC to start or fire the first salvo. In the heat of passion, anything can happen, as the case may be. Especially when you've been before the panel in the Senate. I've been before a panel in the House of Assembly of Rivers State. I've been before that panel. I know exactly how they bully you. If they see you coming and they know that the matter for the day is the matter that touches on their integrity, they begin to bully you from the gate.
So you think that that's the way Obi may have
That is the way. That is so they just bully you and they push you to the wall. If you are not very careful, you snap. You understand? Now, that young man, if you look at that picture, that video, there was a man on the right-hand side of OBS. That man is Monday Obani.
The man kept turning off my kept on turning off.
That is the man that earned my respect in all of all these things. But that is what the senator would have done. When Ezekiel is fired the first salvo, he will respond and use that as an opportunity to now gain, verve and zest and sympathy from people. But he didn't do that. It's rather he wallowed into abject ignorance, and he has, cost himself and the Senate a lot of erosion of their integrity once more.
All right, so now we spoke because the bone of contention for inside this matter, the Natasha case and accusation.
Yes.
But now, at the end of day before yesterday, INEC say they don't receive the recall petition. Then, as at yesterday, they come talk say the petitioners have not put their addresses and numbers, which is not in accordance with their laws for inside INEC. But as at today now, they don't agree. Say they don't finally receive their numbers and all that. Say they don't ready to recall her. Kindly put us through the normal process as enshrined in the Constitution to recall a senator so that we go fit know and how these people fit meet up this procedure easily so that we will move on from that. So the Nigerians will expect they know what to expect.
Section 69 of the 1999 Constitution.
Section 69.
Yes, it's one of the shortest sections in the Constitution. It says a member of the Senate or a House of Reps may be recalled as such a member if there is presented to the chairman of the independent INEC a petition in that behalf signed by more than one-half of the persons registered to vote. Are you getting my point? Of the
more than half.
That is one-half. One-half. That is half. Half of 100 is 50.
So they said that 488 people.
I'm going there. So it's not everybody. People don't know. That's why you go and get senator from Mr. Adams who didn't. I was not even registered to vote. You go and get from one Sikirat from somewhere. He was not even registered to vote. It's not by gathering signatures. So don't go to the marketplace and say, "Yeah, Basira, come and sign one." This begin to sign and say, because it's representative. Look at it, he said. Look at what it is.
So how will INEC now check to know that all the signatures are of the people who registered?
There's presented to the chairman of the INEC a petition in that behalf signed by more than one half of the persons registered to vote in that member's constituency, alleging their loss of confidence, which means you must have your voter card. So in essence, you must also photocopy your voter card and your signature, your address, and your phone number, etc. Is it not so?
Yes.
So a hunter who just left the forest some days or hours ago wants to come and you can't do that because you don't have your voter card.
So are you saying that you doubt the fact that these people...
I'm going there.
Okay.
I'm going there.
All right.
Now you look at it now. Then you go to 69B. It said the petition is thereafter in a referendum conducted by INEC within 90 days of the date of receipt of the petition, approved by a simple majority, of persons registered to vote. He's talking about persons registered to vote. Now, let me tell you what that means. If Natasha or anybody at all, the constituency where she comes from, they bring up, it means you have to go back to INEC. How do they call that? This in a register the book, or whatever they call it, where all the names of registered voters are. So if the voters are 500 that are registered or not registered voters, you might vote, you are not registered. Is it not so? So which means INEC will go and bring out materials that they use in that election to look at those people who were registered and voted. And
people who registered for the purpose of that.
No, the people who registered. But some of them did not vote, but they registered for the purpose of that election.
No. Maybe we could get something later. It be like say, would they get confusion?
Yes.
Because for the election we bring Natasha to power,
yes,
we had an overall of about 100,000 people who registered to vote. Then the votes will make her pass. Now about 58,000 there, 50-something thousand
people.
Make her pass.
Now make her,
but
the
this
total
one,
vote. The
but
total.
the total number of registered voters.
Yes.
That whole senatorial district is about 300.
Yes. Let's assume it's 300.
About 400 and something.
Good.
488,000.
Say it's 488,000. If you not divide it into two parts.
Yes.
Is it not so?
Yes.
You not divide it into two parts.
Yes.
That is 50%. That is 200 and is it 220,000 or thereabout?
Yeah, 220.
That will make up half of the distance there. That is what is needed. You understand the point now?
Yeah, but they got 250.
Good. That is why I was going to. So the petition that was submitted to INEC, I read that it was more than the registered votes from Natasha's constituency.
Yes, now
so that makes it fraudulent.
People who voted in the election were 100,000.
So that makes it fraudulent. As it's fraudulent is the sense that they went to the marketplaces to begin to get signatures and whatever to put.
Did they even go to the markets? We heard that people sat down.
They just sit down. We have seen that happen during Babangida time where they did their ZP or whatever they were marking. So these are the things that has happened.
So you feel that this recall may not work, but now that there are powers that be that are on INEC to ensure that this recall works, what will not happen? Because feel like the powers where they make sure say that recall happens.
The recall has been is difficult. It happened during Dino Melaye's time. I don't know why Kogi people always having this problem. Dino Melaye from Kogi, Natasha again from Kogi. So what exactly is the problem with Kogi people? So the recall was done. Dino Melaye recall, although court stopped that one, it is as the case may be. Natasha has to maybe tomorrow we hear that one court has given whatever to stop it.
No, court stop, then they get another court continue.
In Nigeria, you can manufacture orders. You can hear when you wake up tomorrow, you hear that court in Zamfara State has said they will have confusion. So in this case, it's very difficult to recall a senator or a house. It's very difficult to by the laws, but by mathematical, boju kind of these things, it can happen in Nigeria.
So if it happens, what kind of precedence has it set? If this happens, if
they're
able to pull through this,
it's a precedent set for the plutocrats for them to say they have subjugated and gotten their way. It does not benefit the ordinary man. It benefits the plutocrats and those in power. So it goes to no issue. So it means that they are going to be lashing on that to not deal with, a suspected opposition and those political foes that they feel they want to deal with. So a powerful man can activate, a recall and pressurize the institution that is supposed to guide it. I don't want to call the name. Pressurize it and press it like the way you press orange and remove water from there and throw away this thing to do your bidding.
So squeeze the person.
Squeeze this. When you drink the juice, you now say, you understand the point. So that is what is going to happen. It's going to set a very bad precedent. And that precedent issue is the reason why we have this problem in Nigeria today. The institutions, even the emergency, we're talking about emergency.
For River State.
Everywhere.
People state of emergency, the suspension. Because emergency is not as much as a bone of contention.
Even the suspension. Because of bad precedent we've had. And
which precedents now? Talking about Obasanjo, because Jonathan did not set a precedent in suspension. Jonathan did not suspend anybody.
Don't worry. Let me tell you. You know that Western Regional House of Assembly, those days we play regional politics. Also, you find that Eastern Region had their own, Western ETC as a case. The Western Region was where the problem started. They had their constitution, section 33, sub 10, and there was a crisis between Awolowo. I have to summarize. There was a crisis between Awolowo and Akintola in Action Group as at that time.
Way lead to wide and strong.
That led to what they referred to as Wild West. What happened was this. Awolowo felt that this man was no longer loyal. He now orchestrated the parliament and they now did what they call a vote of no confidence. Now, when they do a vote of no confidence in a parliamentary, democracy, then the prime minister automatically goes. He resigns because there's a vote of no
Confidence on him.
So that was what was done by the Western Regional House of Assembly. And whether it was right or wrong, Akintola, got a vote of no confidence. Then you now have, as at that time, you have your premier, you now have governor general. You understand, like Azikiwe was governor, you have prime minister. A particular titan, a colossus known as that's Oni of Ife. Oni of Ife then, was his name, Oba Diremi or something like that. Yes, was the governor general, that titular head of Western Region. So Oni of Ife, as the, let me say, governor general, now asked to, under the constitution, say he is the one to tell the premier to vacate office so that another person will come in. So he now ordered Akintola to leave that place, vote of confidence having been confirmed that you are not capable. And Akintola was now shoved off. He didn't leave. He was shoved off. He now appointed one Dauda Adegbenro. You understand the point now? To now become the premier of Western Region. Akintola was furious because he was shoved aside. He now approached the then Supreme Court of Western Region, which held in Ibadan. That Supreme Court now came. The purpose Akintola went to that court was to determine whether he can be removed
or not
by virtue of Section 33 sub 10
of that
then Western Region Constitution, not the Nigerian.
No. This one in 1999.
Yeah, this and the other ones. So he now went to contest to say, can I be removed just like that? And if I'm removed, what is 2/3? And if you decide what is 2/3, is 2/3 by raising hand, or 2/3 by voting,
votes,
or 2/3 by signature? That was a question that was raised. So I'm coming up
by years
and whatever. So it happened before some of us were born. So the Supreme Court at that time came up and I looked at it and said that Akintola was wrongly removed from office. That's Section 33, sub 10 of the Western Region Constitution said 2/3 of votes of members of the parliament. Therefore, he was not properly removed, but it was signatures that were extracted and not here or voting electronically or thumb printing, as case may be. So the man, Adegbenro, got angry. As at that time, incidentally, Nigeria had not become a republic, so we didn't have a Supreme Court. The matter now went to what they call the Privy Council in London. Privy Council was acting as the Supreme Court for Nigeria. So if you pass all these local courts here, your final arbiter will be the Privy Council in London. And by virtue of cases going to the Privy Council in London, many of our forefathers traveled to London freely to go and witness cases that they had in the local level that transcended Nigeria and went out. So the Privy Council, being an appellate, court, now said that the lower court in Ibadan, which said that Akintola was removed, not properly,
illegally,
because it was signatures instead of votes. The Privy Council now said no. 2/3, whether it's by vote or by signature, 2/3 means 2/3 and no confidence vote on the premier. The premier has to leave. Now, let me tell you what happened. To tell you how fraudulent, and this fraud has still remained with Nigerian politicians today, about 70 years onwards now going on. By the time the matter went to Privy Council, when the court said the state team is in the governor or premier, Akintola went back to the seat by virtue of that court proclamation and order, waiting for appeal. So he now surreptitiously, dangerously, now have to go and amend that section 3310
The Constitution.
of the Constitution.
By his own self.
Not by he consolidated. Appeal is coming now. Before the appeal come, let us destroy the subject matter. You understand the point now? He now had to, Nigeria, now stomach infrastructure policies they play. Those who were against Akintola, who were Pawolowo, when they saw money changing hands, and they now went and said, don't mind that guy. They were now supporting Akintola. Akintola now became a very strong, politician. He now forced, the parliament as that to amend section 3310, to favor him before the Privy Council, whatever came. Now, when the Privy Council, that is the Supreme Court now, from UK, now came with a decision that vote 2/3 by signature etc. made the same thing. Akintola is not the premier of a Western region. You get the point now that he should leave that particular seat. Are you getting my point? So when that verdict came, there was confusion. One in London said he has to be, and it's the Superior Court. Like Supreme Court has said,
yes,
Fubara and all this. You understand the point now?
Yes.
So people, Akintola supporters say, no, he must remain. Awolowo supporters and the say, now they say, he must live there. If he not live there, there'll be problem. Wahala now started. Before you know, they started burning houses, and what they call the Wild West today now started. Now let me take the interesting aspect. The interesting aspect is that Tafawa Balewa was Prime Minister of Nigeria. He was watching, just like Tinubu was watching River State. I am giving you history so that you understand what I'm trying to say. But many leaders will not educate you on this. Now, Tinubu, he was watching River State. They came to him, come and settle them. He said, I do 8-point agenda. The same thing Tafawa Balewa did. He tried to reconcile Akintola and Awolowo.
So that means it's like a repeated script.
That is what is happening. That's the problem. Because if you have the Sisyphus syndrome, that is what Nigeria has today. Now, at the end of the day, Tafawa Balewa said, crisis so in the West and whatever. Why were they burning houses? People are planning to go and do. He now said, I have the powers under the 1962 Constitution or thereabout, under section 65, sub 1, to declare a state of emergency in any part of Nigeria that I feel I want to do that. That was how he now declared that state of emergency.
On the Western region.
On the Western region.
Hey.
And I said, both Akintola, both Adegbero, whether you get government, not get, it's not the same thing happened to Wike today.
We suspend all of it, but they not suspend Wike.
I'm coming there.
They not suspend Wike.
Yeah, they not suspend. He was not a player there, but House of Assembly and.
But he's a key player, even though he
wasn't. No, what I'm saying is that he might be sponsoring them underneath. But the major this thing was between the Speaker and House of Assembly. Okay. That's what they said. So you find out that they now said 2 of you go aside. You now become whatever. So Tafawa Balewa now came in and now invoked section 65 of that constitution to now say, I am bringing one guy they call Dr. Moses Majekodomi. Dr. Moses Majekodomi owns one of the biggest hospitals today in Lagos. I don't want to call the name. Just try to see the gigantic building. So he owns a place.
So you can Google it to find out who the person is.
You can Google it to find out who the person is. So he now brought in Dr. Moses Majekodomi to now be the administrator, just like we have
sole administrator of River State, who, by the way, has sacked all the employees. So he sacked everybody for River State.
Majekodomi came and started sacking too, putting his men, putting his men. I don't know if you got the point now.
Yes.
At the end of the day, these kind of things happening now. People started going to court. No, I don't agree. We have to go to court. They went to court. Before you know what was going on, court decided these guys had run their tenure. And before you knew what was happening, the Western region never became the same again because Tafawa Balewa had to use his federal might to now fall on the Western. The same thing Tinubu is doing today in sub-regional River State. Now look at it. This same question that is bothering us today said that the Tafawa Balewa under section 65 sub 1 of declaration of emergency does not have the powers to remove the premier of any regional government.
The same way that they talk now,
The same way.
we will not get the power
Yes.
for months.
All Nigerians, I am telling Nigerians to read, go and do your research. We are here to teach you. We know people will not tell you all these things, but I'm here to teach you so that you understand it. You replay and replay. So if I say you don't have such powers, Mr. Prime Minister, you don't have such powers. You understand? They debated that matter till the Civil War broke out. Now, before you know what was happening, we move on to 1979. Constitution came in again. These same emergency powers of whatever in the 1979 Constitution. That came again 1999 Constitution. Now, a nation that think that this thing brought Wild West in the 60s.
Back in the days, should not have allowed this to repeat again.
What many people said, that was what people exacerbated the situation that led to the Civil War Nigeria had. Now, why did the nation in 1979 not shoot it down? Why did the nation, let's people say they forgot, in 1999, why did the Constitutional Drafting Committee of the Constitution did not say this thing created problem?
But do you
create a problem? Let us not do this now for democracy to reign.
Barry Sanders, you recall that Obasanjo wasn't even sworn in with that constitution. It was after he had been sworn in.
Absolutely.
So you're not sure saying that because they hurriedly write the constitution. Now make this
every constitution.
But the question now, what's in the House of Assemblies, them, National Assemblies, them, since 1999 they do. When they never look at all these loopholes when they the constitution.
See,
block
let me tell you, it means our leaders are not thinking. And those parliamentarians, we call them National Assembly. Honorable members that is fighting the bureaucracy and the rest of them. You see what they are doing, Natasha and Akpoti. You people are not looking at the constitution. Let me give for an example. I want to tell Nigerians today, what is a particular section 10 doing in the Nigerian constitution that says that Nigeria is a secular state? No state shall impose any religion. But Sharia is operating in the northern part of Nigeria.
In fact,
so what is section 10?
This place is an Islamic
what is
state.
Section 55 doing in the Nigerian constitution that says that the National Assembly can conduct, elections. I mean, they can conduct their deliberation. Even your House of Assembly, Lagos here, or Port Harcourt, can conduct their affairs in the majority language of the state. Like National Assembly, they can conduct their matters in Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, if they so decide.
We're secular states now.
If they understand. But we, the minority, have said. So it means that, assuming that is true, we concede you should conduct. Me, that is on the south, when the Igbos are talking, the Yoruba part, I don't even know what you are deliberating, but I'm in the same house with you. So why is that particular section there? So why exclude the minority? Now, what is section 14 sub 3 talking about in the constitution that says anything that has to do with the federal, there must be equitable distribution. So why are you sidelining us, the south, and the minority? These are things. That's section 55. Now you now ask yourself the question. A good example is, what is Sharia doing in our constitution? What is Islam? In the Nigerian constitution, 391 pages or thereabouts, found that a particular religion, Islam, was mentioned about 75 times.
Inside our constitution, 75 times.
You now have Grand Cadis going to about 80-something times. Then you now have Sharia, going into, whatever the case may be. Section 277 or 279 downwards, you are going to see that happen because of time. Why is it that you have the Hizbas in Kano? Why is that Zamfara is allowed to practice Sharia law? Whether it is civil law they are practicing or criminal law system they are practicing. Because some people have argued that Sharia laws in the northern part does not, encompasses criminal law. I said
we have penal code in the northern part. I said
that is shibboleth, that is plural. Why should we even allow that happen? That Sharia, whatever, should deal with civil law, assuming that is true. I concede. It's not in conflict with section. It's not in conflict with section 10 that says it's a secular state. Let us not deceive ourselves. Sharia is an Islamic code, whether you like it or not. It's like we're asking Christians now to embed canon laws to operate in Christian-dominated areas in Nigeria. So Nigeria has become a behemothia plural state.
What's in that one,
that is a big elephant that is so hollow and very useless. So that is where the problem is. Now you ask yourself this question. why we are backward is because of all these things I've listed. Now I add section 305 to the litanies of landmines in our constitution. Section 305, a particular president can, if I'm detained, people should not forget. Let us not deceive ourselves. We have variants of democracies. Chinese practice their own form of the Japanese practice their own form of whatever. French, Germans, they call their own chancellor. That's what they call their president. In Nigeria, we are practicing presidential system of government. And presidential system of government,
US, but our own.
the president is more powerful. Now, if you now give it to primitive people, such powers like in Africa, you now give such abrasive powers to people who can misuse it. It's just like you carry a human being, to cannibals in their jungle, and you say because they are civilized that they will not eat the human meat because they have gone to UK or whatever. When they are hungry, they will butcher the person because cannibalism is instilled in them. So cannibalism is in their blood. But because they wear suit and wear coats or whatever as they call them, and they've gone to England to go and drink tea with Oyibo, does not mean that the cannibalistic this thing is not in them. So that is why the black man, especially Nigerians now, you give presidential power. That is why you see Donald Trump can come out and talk, and the whole world will shake him because it's a presidential district, but it's reasonable. But in Nigeria here, people who come to power, with due respect, most of them who come to power, almost of them are no longer reasonable. Most of them, as I speak to you, are charlatans who came into power with abrasive nature, like the guillotine. And that's why you find out that when a man comes to the country or he becomes a governor, he knows only section 162. He knows only the section to do bad things in the constitution. But the sections to do good things in the constitution, the governors, the president, they don't know it. Why is it that section 305 is the first thing Obasanjo had to invoke? I'm coming because I want to be fair to all of them. Why is it that Ibu Jonathan had to invoke section 305?
But would you
No,
say
we'll go to that.
All right.
Why is it that Tinubu had to invoke section 305? The question I've asked for about 20-something years, why is it that section 14 sub 2B is not being invoked? Why is it that section 14 sub 2B is talking about that what will benefit the masses? And let me tell you what it means. Why is it that it is only the bad side that will make problems that the Nigerian president or governors will always go after? Now, let me give you section 14. He says, it is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria from whom government derives all its powers. 2B
that is from the people where government gets all in power.
The security and welfare of the people of Nigeria shall be the primary purpose of government. So, Sister Precious,
Sir?
a particular local government chairman, a governor, and you, Mr. President, if you are coming into power and you whether by who group and you will be sworn in, section 14 sub 2B say that security and welfare of the people shall be the primary reason why you came into government after winning the election is to do with security and welfare of the people. Why is it that no president, no governor has invoked this and said, I declare state of emergency on hunger? I declare state of emergency
on insecurity.
Security. Now,
so that everybody will be secure.
Let me take you far to tell you that when I say that most of the people who rule us think from the back and they don't even care about us, let me tell you. The question I want to ask again is that section 305 as stated. Why is it that Obasanjo, Jonathan, even Tinubu right now, it's only the bad side they want to implement? Let me go there. 305 is talking about, it's not just political emergency. It's not just political emergency. Look at the emergency now that I'm challenging them now to declare. And this is emergency, section 305 of procedure for declaration of emergency. Let us leave that. I want to read one before so that we can go there quickly because of time. It says that there is an occurrence of imminent danger or occurrence of any disaster. And
natural calamity.
Is Nigeria not facing natural calamity
of
today?
hunger,
And starvation,
and that of electricity supply.
Are we not facing it? Is it not worse than the Holocaust? Is hunger not worse than the hurricane that ravaged America? Is hunger not worse than the volcanic miasma that has erupted? Is hunger and starvation not? Why have they not invoked Section 305 sub 3?
To declare state of emergency, just like your governor Monday Pueblo just declared state of emergency on education.
Yeah. So why are they not declaring it? That's the question I'm asking. So we need to put people there. Look, I'm not supporting anybody. In Rivers State, I made my point very clear. If you like, you go and fight and kill yourself because of a politician who will reconcile tomorrow. But if we do not amend Section 305 to read, number one, that's Section 305. Amend Section 305 to say, add a further subsection 4 or 5 or 6 to say you can declare a state of emergency, but you cannot remove a sitting local government chairman, you cannot remove a sitting governor of the state. Because in this particular section, why presidents always use it, is called the mischief rule. So anybody that comes, I want to be mischievous, we just go there and lash him.
Okay, so so barrister, now we will not talk about this state of emergency matter, and the fact say subtly the constitution leave a loophole when make the president get the power to do it. And even though say with right thinking mind, you're not supposed to take advantage of that loophole. But how about the part of the constitution? Any part of the constitution declares say if it gets a sole administrator for inside the state. Did the constitution make any room for the role of a state administrator, who has now disbanded all staff?
Look at it now. Let me just tell you why I say we have to keep referring. I'm very happy I brought this constitution here this night. Now look at it. He said this section 305
subsection.
This section 305. He said the president, shall immediately after publication of that gazette transmit copies of the official gazette of the government of the federation containing the proclamation, including the details
of the emergency.
The
detention,
but what are the details?
No, the sole administrator.
No, wait, but hold on now. What are the details? Will he put A, B, C, D, and what are the details?
So the constitution mentioned the role of the state.
You don't understand. It doesn't. But instead, the president, shall do the proclamation, including the details of what is the details of the emergency? That is what I'm asking. That is where that is the details of the emergency. Now is what the president now said: remove governor, remove this, remove that. That is to his own understanding. I don't know if you understand. That's what mischief. So when you leave a lacuna, what now happens is that I will enter. It's just like because you don't have a fence in the house, the hamburger will have a place to come to your house and say, "Oh God, why you did not put fence here?" The same thing is happening here now. So it's at the whims and caprices of these people. So mischief makers who are presidents who want to punish their opponents can lash in on Section 305 and unleash wickedness and whatever on the line. And you now begin to understand the point now. Now, let me quickly tell you, I also recorded because I don't want to make mistakes. I also did something I want to say. For lawyers who are listening, I wanted to go back and go and look at some case laws. The question we have asked is that Obasanjo removed
Joshua Dare
and Ekiti governor, as the case may be. Which of the Supreme Court make any pronouncement on that to say it's bad or it's good? Look at what the Supreme Court has said. Do you know that the Supreme Court has gone to say that when it comes to a state of emergency, that the president has his rights and discretion.
So are you saying that the PDP governors that have taken the president to court
dead on arrival?
Are you serious?
I am telling you, we will still come back here and we are going to revisit this matter. Is that, let me give you, because that's why I came here with this to show Nigerians. There's a particular case they call Attorney General of the Federation versus AG Plateau State. That is the Joshua Dare case. A lot of lawyers have misconstrued the impeachment case to that of the emergency situation. I'm giving you the emergency or not the impeachment. And for lawyers who are there, I cite this citation, what we call citation is here.
Yes.
You understand? 2004, 12 Nigeria Written Law Report, part 888, 452, Supreme Court. He heard and upheld the emergency situation that was placed. That the president has the powers within that section 305 to do whatever he did. You understand that the essence of breakdown of law and order is not that the law must be broken down and say that they kill or they shoot. That once it's national, what they call national security, the president can see it. I said it before that the president can just say, I had gunshot in River State. He just do it.
So
the Supreme Court, your Supreme Court, because people think that it's today that the Supreme Court started doing all this thing you are saying they are doing. They've been doing it right from 2004. And nobody has questioned 2004, a boy that was born 2004 is how many years today now? It's about 20 years, Abi?
Yes.
20 years. For 20 years, nobody has put pressure. Now the thing has come, we are doing kitikata. In 30, when our generations are gone, our children may still have this kind of problem because we didn't tackle it. So 2004 case, the Supreme Court gave zest, power, leeway to your president. That is why the president has legal advisors. They sit down and think like you, but they think the negative way instead of the positive way, as case may be. Now look at it. He now went further. Even when Jonathan declared, they see people should go at it. Even when Jonathan declared in Borno State, the people
but
went
that was deserving because
no, you don't understand.
The local government
some people challenge ourselves. And they give you precedent, what they call precedent.
All right, now,
Kashim Shettima, governor of Borno State, challenged it against federal government, said he does not have the right to do whatever. The court dismissed it and said he doesn't. In the Joshua Dariye case, let me tell you what the Supreme Court said. Please, precious.
Sir?
You record this. You know what the Supreme Court said? That Joshua Dariye that was suspended, like Sim has been suspended now. Illegally or legal, I don't know. And the House of Assembly of the state has been suspended. Now the PDP governors are going to court. Supreme Court said they don't have that local standard because the sole administrator did not give the governor permission to join this.
I don't understand.
I'm telling you, I don't know how to explain it. So,
how can the Supreme Court say they don't have the local standard?
No, that is the people that came before they don't have that local standard.
So that means Supreme Court may also tell the governors that they don't have.
That is what they are going to tell them. Except they override themselves. Except they override themselves in this AG Federation and AG Plateau State. Except they override themselves. But it's not going to be said that the governor has to take that premature, because what happened? Ahmadu Ali, who was made the sole administrator like the man in Rivers now, he now joined that suit. So now say, I never gave whoever went to court, have the governor now because open and close as administrator. So you can't sue in my office because I never gave you that permission. Supreme Court now said it's true because it was a preliminary objection raised by the federal government lawyers that the Supreme Court sustained and said, the administrator didn't give you that particular power to come and sue. So I'm looking at what is going to happen. So for me, I've said that Supreme Court hardly reverses itself in Nigeria here. So whoever that is going to court or whatever, we have a federal high court matter, we have the one in Supreme Court. Then lastly, on this one, Nigeria, listen, Federal Republic of Nigeria against Ifegu, 2001. 2001. Still on declaration of emergency. 2001. That's about 20-something years ago. The court, not just any court, the Supreme Court gave decisions on state of emergency, etc. And if you go through this, that's why I said I challenge anybody to open any place and say Supreme Court said what happened in the Supreme Court said. You should bring it. Let us judge. So we have to be very careful. So because we are a nation that do not think, and we are not proactive, so you're going to find out that particular this is going to return. It's a sad moment for Nigerians.
So, Barrister Adams, what have our lawmakers been doing since
our lawmakers,
that they cannot see all this? Is it not their duty to see all this loophole and comma Today, Seth Abaribe vex come out for inside house. Why? Because they say, oh, they don't immortalize MK Abiola. They don't come talk saying that him win the election. But there is a one man will help him to win that election because he uphold the thing where he's supposed to. And that's the Humphrey Nwosu. Let's immortalize Humphrey Nwosu. And then some people started saying that that it is contestable that Humphrey Nwosu even helped rig the election.
No problem. What I'm saying,
I don't understand. And then they refuse to.
Now Abaribe and Abaribe say, no, say he also die. Now he knows that we immortalize Nwosu. He is spending about 12 years in the Senate now. He didn't know why he not bring this. See, let me tell you this. These people are transactional. Now, it is because of this heat of debate and not the one thing that can work out today. But they have been there since. I know of a U.S. Senator, I think it's Senator Roberts, that brought a bill 12 times. The first one, he brought it. Filibuster shut it down. The second one, he bring up on his constituency on how people who are of age should get loans or whatever from government because they are from a peculiar area. He brought it the first time. Those type of filibusters, they call it, they shut it down. Second time he bring them, they shut it down. Till he reached the 12th time. He now stood up and was crying. Emotionally, members of this say, this man has tried. This law that he brought, he said, this bill is, let us pass this. When they pass, it will publicly to even come pass another problem. To accent.
To accent.
The man went on a campaign for 12 years. He got it. So you were there for 12 years. You just woke up after drinking Ijebu Gari and Granot. Then you now feel that you have this or whatever to come out. See, let me tell you one thing. Nigerians must be very wary. The plutocrats have the ultra plutocrats. They have the proletariat plutocrats. The ultra plutocrats are those who are high above. In fact, they are spirits now. Akpoti is a spirit. No, nobody human being. He's a political spirit. See, this for day, if it were to be witchcraft level, they will be in the highest echelon. You understand? Sister Precious. See, these people now, they near what they call lithosphere. So even people like them about they even they beg, maybe they even get something from this because they came in there the same time, but by virtue of their positioning, their virtue of their sagacious and wizardry kind of this thing, they were able to subdue some other people and now became superhumans. To the extent that they can even tell IG to come and kneel down. IG will kneel down. They can even call a judge and say, come here. The judge will come because the judge does not see their spirits now, political spirits. So there are politicians who are low there. There are senators you don't even know their names. There are senators you don't even know who's representing your House of Reps. You don't even know. I don't even know who's representing me, even as educated as I am. We tell you, I don't know. It's not that. It's not him. Okay, so all these people have engineered themselves to a level that even within the plutocratic clique or clique or whatever the case may be, they even sideline themselves. I don't know if you understand. They even sideline. Are you aware? There are senators who are hungry. There are senators who don't have because you don't.
But that's what Natasha was trying to say now. When she says that once you don't support the status quo, and that they will sideline you and deny you of privileges.
It's like that. Let me tell you
that you will not get privileges. Because you go always don't get privileges.
If you not dance that, you will suffer. Because you know why? Because politics in Nigeria is transactional. What is transactional? Buying and selling.
Bring money, take money.
Yes, what they call a quid pro quo. You do for me, I do for you.
I scratch my back,
yes, scratch my back. That is quid pro quo. That is what happens. So they practice, and the father of transactional politics is Donald Trump. When I read his book, The Art of the Deal, I read it more than 50 times, and I say, oh boy, he co-authored that particular book. What is happening in TINUBU'S government today? I'm not surprised. I know they suffer. I think beyond that now, because it is transactional politics. And many people say, we will not vote for it. Your vote, does it count in the first instance?
Then what do? Do we continue like this?
The thing we need to do, I will not tell them, they know what to do.
How would they know what to do?
What you need to do now is it has to start from you listening to us. For instance, why can't a show already become I'm not campaigning for him? if Showore come out to contest today, now you put him on social media, he's getting 1 million views. People are following him virally.
He gets 4,000.
Then when you do election, it's not the same people. You can't come out the way you came out. You burn your data to, viral Showore said this thing. But you can't burn 1 naira, or you can even spend 10 minutes to stand in the poll to say, no, a man like Showore should be there. So this is where it's going to start. Don't say they don't do us, we always believe in that, they don't do us, man. Even most of us in Lagos say our village people, they follow us. Meanwhile, there's no village people following people. So these are the things that we need to do. If you can give Showore 5 million followers.
But a lot of people believe that Showore also works on the ground with the same people in power.
Well, it can be proven. Let us prove it when it goes there, but let us give him a chance. You see, Les Walesa, the former Polish Prime Minister, was a labor leader. Then the other guy, I think his name is the Uruguayan president who was using his Volkswagen. They call him the poorest prime minister in the world. He was using his Volkswagen, staying in his home. He was a labor leader. He fought to get there. People said, go and replace. He said, I don't have much. People say, go there. Now, it's your turn. And in his government, he changed a lot of things. So you see people like Fidel Castro that changed Cuba. The Cuban people followed him and they now voted for him. Thomas, Sankara, who butchered Sankara against, Quadrago, the people that, so it's a phenomenon. So we need to do a change. How do we do a change? If Kingsley Moghalu comes out, he came out the last, how many people follow that?
They did not.
How many people follow that? But you'll be shouting. Because you know, as it is, the plutocrats are ready at any time. If you wake a plutocrat up now and say, we are traveling to Ijebode this night, he will enter inside the motor.
No, the fear which.
The fear which. You go there and say, tomorrow night election, I'm going there to fight. But most of us will be drinking in beer parlors, say tomorrow's election, when they declare whatever, you'll be playing football on the street. You see it as a public holiday. I saw a couple. America, Britain, they do the election, prime minister. They've changed how many times? They do election. They come out to do some local elections there. You see couples they come out as, if from there as a vote. So there must be a narrative. A leader is a product of the people itself. Right now, to lie, the only truth we have now is for you to lie or lie. Lies are the only truth we have now. Lies are the only truth we have now. Why am I saying lies are the only truth we have now? The people are ruling you. The governor is, you are hungry, you say the governor is doing well. The president is doing well. But price of garri, they go up. You can't buy bread for the market. Yeah, this administration is because of the fact that you belong to a political party of the plutocrats that is in power. You don't want to hurt the party. So you now lie, and it now becomes the truth. Then you see somebody come out and tell you that the economic condition has fallen from 0 to 4. You now say, yes, economy don't fall. We are doing, naira has fallen. But a basin of garri and rice, the price has not fallen.
Thank you, Barrister Adams. I mean, you don't educate us so much here, and I believe, my teacher those days for school, Sam Dede.
Sam Dede.
Yes. He said, when did they say a word is enough for the wise?
Yes.
He go tell you, say, even half a word is enough for the wise, because you know go wait when the word completes.
Yes.
Just I wouldn't go look you those days.
Yes.
You don't learn lesson.
So
I hope we go don't learn our lesson to know and I think that it's now our responsibility to hold our lawmakers responsible and begin to pressure them to do the right thing. Just today we hear about 6 bills or thereabouts. They don't pass them through second reading. Quite a number of bills. Maybe when you come next time, we'll look at those bills and maybe we even look at how important those bills are.
Yes, we want to see
because I was looking forward to us passing bills like that would stop medical tourism.
Yes.
Bills that would stop political office holders from sending their children abroad to school. Bills that would do things like that.
Yes.
But these ones when they pass, we'll look at how important they be for us and why we need to pressurize them to do more. Because before now, the only people who they pay attention attention to the president and the governors. We act like we forget that we have House of Assembly members and National Assembly members.
Absolutely.
And these are the people who make the rules that the governors work with.
Yes.
So we need to remember them.
You are correct.
I hope so we go feel remember them. And that's why, I create this time to make me and you they talk about the constitution and things that we need to do so that Nigerians go there enlightened. I appreciate you. It's late at night.
No
and I
problem.
thank you for making your time to come out and
Thank you
educate
very much,
Nigerians. I
Precious.
appreciate you.
God bless
It's not easy. Barrister Sim Adams is doing this pro bono. Please, guys, not gonna
Thank
heal her
you.
for me. Thank her for me. He
Thank
do
you.
too much or us.
Thank
Because we believe, say, we will continue to do like this until we get to that Nigeria of our dream. Because we believe, say, the Nigeria of our dream, they actualizable. We fit get them, but to no go fit, not be beans. Because even if not beans, they don't small. So we believe, say, with time and with constant consistency, we will figure that Nigeria of our dream. Thank you so much,
God bless you.
Adams.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Nigerians, thank you so much for joining us on this live. I appreciate it. I love you. Hey, I'm going to do a video very shortly. I hear Senator Natasha your brother, the vex, saying they talk, say they want set them up with the help, we help government to use help fight some kind of people for Southeast. Say they want set them up, so they shoot around the house. I'm going to drop that video today, later today, and I know that you enjoy watching it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. See you again tomorrow evening. God willing. Have yourself tomorrow afternoon. God willing. Have yourself an amazing day. Good night.